Right, guys, we're going to look at some open guard concepts that aren't very basic right now. So we're going to be looking at what's called the Sal Guard. And these are a couple grips. One is going to be cross collar, the other is the sleeve, and then we're going to have the feet and the hip and the arm. It's very hard to pass. It's a good guard maintenance position. Gives you a lot of nice sweeps. All right. So the first thing here, maybe we're in the balloon sweep position, and he's kind of sitting his way back here. I'm going to put my foot right in his arm here and extend both of my legs. It's not very fun. Like I can keep his cuff here. He's going to wear out his back. We're going to look at some easy options. So the first one is the triangle. So I'm pushing, stretching him out, and then when he starts to get impatient or starts to drive or just he forgets his basics because he's tired and uncomfortable, I'm going to throw my right leg over here, close the triangle. I might need to adjust head, shin, change the angle and close, and then squeeze and finish the triangle. If I'm pushing here, he gets tall. I go back to the hips and then I'm going to float. Those are the two basic options that I want. Triangle, and then we're going to look at that float. The last thing, this is just for fun if you guys want to start practicing this. If he starts to like lean away and looking this way here. So I can be holding his arm here or foot in the hips. I'm going to keep his arm to the side here and set up this omoplata position. So I throw that leg over. I'm going to put my right foot underneath his arm. I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to set up this Marcelo plata. Your hand stuck. From here, I'm just going to roll in my knees. He has really tight shoulders, but you'll get that submission. That one's just for fun. If you want to do it, do it. Alright guys, we're back on our feet and we're going to be looking at some techniques with the body lock lifts. This is something that my instructor, my first instructor, one of my first instructors, Jay Jack, does really well and he teaches really well and it's just awesome. So the first thing we're going to look at is getting to this side clinch position. So we're here. Professor's going to be punching. I stay close here. I'm going to grab the hip and now I'm going to move my body to the inside. I have this Elvis knee. I know you guys are kids, so most of you won't know who Elvis is. But he did this with his knee. So I'm going to put my leg here. Okay, I'm holding it really tight. The first thing we're going to look at is that body lock lift. So I'm going to step here, here. My hips are right against his hips here. The lift comes from me bringing my hips forward and my head back here. It is not straight up. It's here. Once I lift, I'm going to throw my ear into his shoulder and it's going to take him down. So it's here. And set him down. If I get this position, head on the back, nothing changes, okay? The only thing that's different is he's not going to throw me as easy. Like I don't need to do the Elvis knee. I can stay right here. Hips close, big lift, put him down here. And then I can jump on the back and try to choke. That's it guys for those big body lock lifts. Alright guys, now we're going to be looking at some back attacks. So we're going to focus on chokes. We're going to be looking at the rear naked choke, that should be a review, and then we're going to be looking at that bow and arrow choke. So this is where we're going to look at it from. So we have the seat belt, hooks in, okay? The hooks will keep us on the back. It's not so difficult to stay in the back in this position, but when he moves around it's essential. Alright, so we're here. He's going to be defending here. We're going to look at that in just a second. I have my seat belt, I'm going to pull this arm out of the way, I'm going to wrap my arm around his neck here. I'm going to reach to my biceps, swing that left hand behind the head. I'm going to be tucking my head down, and now the finish is squeezing my elbows together. I want this V to just get tighter. So I'm squeezing that V in and finishing that choke. I've already looked at it once, so hopefully it's review for you and it makes perfect sense. Now we're going to be looking at the bow and arrow choke. Same thing, I'm going to pull this arm out of the way, I'm going to grab the lapel. If you've ever worn a necktie, I'm just going to tighten it to where it would be on like a normal necktie position. I don't want him strangling before I start the choke. It'll put my arm in a weird position. I need my hand under his chin, but just barely against the airway in front of the neck, okay? I'm going to be grabbing the pants right down on the outside, and I'm going to be switching my feet very similar to the pendulum technique. So I'm going to swing my leg out. This leg is going to come all the way out here. Now, I want my right arm straight, okay? Sometimes, like Professor, pretty strong guy. If he wants to roll his knees this way, go ahead and start to roll. I'm gonna need some help. My arm's not just gonna extend. I'm gonna pull my leg open and then extend. And as I'm extending, I'm pulling his knee toward my ear. See the bow and arrow position right here? That's why they call it the bow and arrow. One more time. Seatbelt, clear the hand, grab the lapel, take that slack out so the hand is right on the airway. Not crushing, not wrapped around. Don't put your arm in a bad spot. Like before I do the choke, it's like I'm waking somebody up that's sleeping in math class. Who would sleep in math class? It's the best class. I'm gonna grab my knee right here. I'm gonna switch my feet, hook the arm here, and then extend here. All right, guys. That's it for the back attacks. Pretty fun stuff. All right, guys, it's time to get out of the back. All right, so Professor's gonna be on my back. I've messed up a few times to get here, and I need to stay safe. First thing, this hand is gonna trap the arm underneath my armpit, and this is the goalie. My neck is the goal, okay? If he moves his arm out here, like you guys have ever seen soccer, hockey, or anything like that, the goalie doesn't chase the ball all over the field. The goalie stays in the goal. I know what he's trying to get. I'm going to keep it back and control here. If his hand gets close, I hold it. If he moves his arm away, I wait. And then it comes back, and then I hold it. And then I wait, okay? Now, I'm going to lean forward, and I'm going to grab my shin here. This does a couple things, okay? Leaning forward just puts my neck a little further away from him, but it also clears this path for me to fall to. So I'm going to swing my feet, and then I'm going to fall to the side. I get my head to the mat, and then look up immediately. Even if he has my lapel, it's still doing the same thing. Once I look up, shoulder blades flat. Now I'm going to grab his foot and his knee, walk my hips away, and then drive to that top position. One more time. All right, guys, I'm defending. So I pinch that arm here, grab that hand so you can't get the choke. I grab my own shin, lean forward to take my head away from his arm. I'm going to swing my legs out of the way, the back of my head on the floor. Grab the knee, grab the foot, walk my hips out, and then drive to this top position here. It's a real simple concept. If I can put the floor on my back, he's not on my back. So I'm trying to get that floor on my back so he's not going to choke me or armbar